There we are. Done.
Okay. So, hello, Nikki. Hello, Faye, and hello, Shay Shay.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to Anshar. Welcome to tonight. Using a different camera, as you can tell. Hi, Christy. And we'll get going. And oh, hello, Marie. Hello, Melissa. Hello, cousin Sandy. So,
hi, Marie, Sandy, everyone, Shar.
Colleen. Hello, Colleen. So, as we go along, we will do your reading. So, if we just give us time to get down to you. Hello, Amanda, and hello, Orville. Okay, let's get started with Nikki. And tonight I am using the Queen of Moon Oracles. And I'll just play it by ear. Penelope, what are you using?
I am using the Tarot of the Divine.
That is a pretty deck.
It is pretty. I'm just starting to get used to it, and it seems to be really pretty.
All right. Nikki, for you, I picked the masculine. Let's see if we can get it up close enough for you. And it makes me think of the Earth's rotation and how, as the Earth and the Moon go around each other, the different feelings we pick up. So, you know, like the month cycle, everything. We should be coming pretty close to a new full moon. But it also makes me think of balance, of helping family, of gathering the clan together and this could be through communication. It doesn't have to be in person. So through internet and everything. And the lights make me think of celebration. And so there's a lot of things going on here. So it may be in different aspects for you. And I'm just going to say, stand still. You be the center or the hub and allow everyone else to rotate around you.
Speaking of parties, this is the Three of Clubs, and the Three of Clubs talks about celebration, about gathering, parties and ceremony and good friendships. Please be safe. And focus on positive thoughts. Focus on making sure you don't overindulge and get yourself into trouble later on. No heavy drinking and hangovers. So have a great rest of the week.
Well, and Nikki, I hope you had a fantastic birthday.
Yes, happy belated birthday.
So Faye, for you, I have creation. And look at the blueprints. So this could be you making a blueprint of what you'd like to do inside your life. It could be you adding on an addition. Could be you making a shed, but it's blueprints. But when I think of blueprints, I'm also thinking about the way you project things inside of your life, how you'd like to blueprint maybe the way you're going to go over the next, let's say 30, 40 years. And this is planning in advance, but it's also taking moments to really focus on your own energy and see what direction you want to go with it as well. And that creation could also be towards intuitive ability, and it could just be opening a whole new door or can of worms for you, which I think is good.
Hi, darling. I picked, I'm not sure if you can see it there, that is the Two of Cups. Normally I would explain a little bit about the mythology behind the cards, but this is about happy relationships, partnerships, connection. So start looking for the deeper connection, not just in relationships, but a deeper connection with yourself and with your intuitive abilities, with nature around you. This might be a really good time to go for a walk in peace and quiet, listen to the birds, look at the sky, and see what there is out there that wants to speak to you.
Yeah. Shay Shay, for you, I have wisdom. Okay. And sometimes, yes, we do have to go up a ladder to find our wisdom. But if you're climbing a ladder, Shay Shay, please be careful. Make sure you have right footing. But it's also about reaching beyond your own knowledge and looking for ideas or concepts that could take you into a different direction, but that direction is something or somewhere you need to be. So if you feel hesitant, don't be afraid to open books, don't be afraid to talk to people, don't be afraid to ask questions, because that is what that card is all about.
And for you, the card of justice. Justice talks about not just watching or anything legal that's going on. Justice talks a great deal about balance as you're moving towards the day, towards the end of the week, making sure everything is in balance and making sure yourself and your chakras and everything is in balance. So maybe a little bit of cleansing of crystals and that sort of thing in the next few days.
Yeah. So Shar, I have for you will. And it makes me think of willpower, but it also makes me think of, I think Cancer is the one that has the 6 and 9 attached to it, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay, so that's July. And there may be something here in July where you have to control your willpower, where you have to sort of put on the brakes and say, okay, don't just run forward like a bull in a china shop, that you need to take your time, be methodical as you move forward, because maybe you'll miss something if you go too fast. If your willpower is to go, let's grab it and run with it and see what happens, maybe instead of grabbing it and running with it, you take it and you sort of open it up, dissect it a little, and see if there's something about it you'd like to change. And this is in July, so I'm going to say heads up in July, just pay attention to everything around you.
You know, that's a really good idea. I pulled for you the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Wands talks about competition and dealing with rivalry, like almost like jealousy as well. So sort out what it is that you want and figure out whether it's worth fighting for, and then figure out what it is you're willing to pay, because too much conflict really isn't good for anyone.
No. Okay, so Christy. Hi, Christy, honey. And Christy, I pulled resilience. Be strong. Be aware that you do have a burden sometimes on your back, like an octopus with many legs reaching out and trying to pull you into different directions. But because you have the strength and the ability to get through anything, that this tells me that you will get to where you need to be. Not only are you listening to the lessons you've learned in the past, but you're applying them to the things you're learning in the future. And it feels like you're headed in the right direction. Just take your time. Remember, a nice steady pace, just like the little engine that said, I think I can. Well, you can too.
Hello, darling. And for you, the King of Wands. And this is a phoenix. So there's a couple of things there. Phoenix talks about rebirth and regrowth. So even when it looks like you're heading to something that is going to fail, don't look at it as failure. Look at it as an opportunity, and spread your wings, regrow, be better, brighter, stronger. It's not there's that expression in a Batman movie, and it's where Alfred says to the young Bruce Wayne, why do we fall? And we fall so that we can get up again. Like a phoenix.
Hello, Marie. Marie, I have for you acceptance. Acceptance sometimes is one of the harder things, I think, for us to accept. No pun there. But, when we come to the end of something, when we know basically whatever it is, accept it. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, maybe it's meant to be there. Maybe it's meant to be away from you, or maybe it's still for your future. But you have to accept the ride, because that ride's like a roller coaster. You want on it, but at the end of it, you could be puking your guts out because it wasn't quite what you thought it was going to be. All I can think of is the cup and saucer. Every time I get on it, when I get off, I just want to find a pail and put my head in it. But then I realize, I can choose not to go back on that cup and saucer, but what do? I get back in the lineup because I love the thrill. And maybe that's what the acceptance is. Maybe you do love the thrill of the chase, and at the end when it's over, you know it's over, but let's go give it another try just in case.
I picked the world turtle. What?
A tree.
King of Coins. And King of Coins talks about success, about moving forward. It also talks about strength. If you see the world is on the back of a turtle. A turtle brings his own house, his own fortune with him. He brings his own secrets. I'm not sure a turtle necessarily tries to do it over again, but I mean, you know, he did technically win the race with the hare, so why bother trying it again?
And he does, because he goes right back to the same place he was born. So he does do it over. Okay, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. I pulled for you peace. Look, a very tranquil looking card, doing a little meditation and just finding that bubble. And I love the way it represents a bubble, but on the top of it, there's a red dragon who's standing on top of the bubble saying, don't you worry, I have your back. And it makes me feel very serene. And it almost makes me want to say that if you get anywhere near a sandy beach, Sandy, I'm getting good tonight. Take a few minutes, just sit down and allow yourself to drift, to feel the energy of the earth, the sky, and the atmosphere enter you, because this is about peace. And I also get the impression that if you can stop and listen, you might actually hear Michael talking to you, honey.
So the Three of Swords, always one of my favorite cards in very many ways. It's about recovering from sorrow. It's about recovering from loss. But it's about letting go of that sorrow, letting go of that loss, and finding that quiet sense of peace. So do what D'Arcy suggested. Find a beach, find a quiet, peaceful spot, and that lingering touch of grief, which is really hard in your case, and most cases like yours, to let go, can find some peace.
Bring the card back up. I want to show something. See the M in the lightning strike? There's two of them. So, okay. Hello, Colleen. Okay, Colleen, let's see what we have for you. Release. This card is all about letting go of anger, disappointment. It's letting go of anything that you may be holding on to has a little bitter taste. And they're saying release. All right. But what it also says to me is by releasing, you got this great joy coming towards you, because as you throw out the negative energy, all that positive energy comes back inside of you, and then there's celebration. And I feel that the more you do, and you could literally do this, just move the energy around you and then get a ball and push it away, because I feel the more you push away the negativity, anything, whether it's a thought or just a feeling, a past relationship, anything, the more you push it away, the better the energy comes towards you, and there will be celebration for you.
So D'Arcy, just a quick sec. Because mine is scrolling so fast. Nikita and Melissa believe that they were missed. I'll let you explain to them.
We haven't gotten down to you yet. And because we did Melissa, did we not? Before Sandy? Because we might have missed Melissa.
Okay, but okay. Melissa says she's been missed, and Nikita says she's been missed.
We haven't gotten down far enough to see the names, so as we go down, we will do your names.
Well, I just wanted you to reassure. This is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands talks about a couple things. It talks about having the courage to move forward. You know, you make a decision, or you're choosing between two answers, and one is better than the other. Well, you have to have the courage to move towards the positive places in your life. And the Knight of Wands says, courage, you've got this. You can move through the next phase of difficulty onto a new beginning.
Okay. So We did miss Melissa, so we'll do Melissa next. Melissa, I have a patience for you. And this is like, it looks like a balloon, and it looks like you're following the balloon out of the tunnel, but maybe it's like take a little time as you go forward. And they're also saying that, again, this is like looking into a looking glass, or, you know, the spy glasses or the telescopes where you look at the moon. And this is narrow your vision a little, not so much that you can't see everything to the side of you, but narrow it because there's an opportunity being presented to you towards the end of June into August, and you might miss it. Okay, so just be open to anything that comes towards you that you think might be interesting. Not 100% sure you want to do it, but be open to a little bit of a change.
So this is the first time I've drawn this card from this deck, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, what celebration, what joy. I mean, embracing life, embracing a new start, being grateful and giving thanks to the Creator, giving thanks for everything and moving forward. So I think this is a really good time for you to shake off the shackles, embrace the future, move towards light and joy.
Okay, so the next bunch of people is Catherine, Amanda, Orville. We did Shar, and Kathy, Kayleen, and Holly. Those are our next ones. All right, okay. And we will get down the road to everyone else. So, Catherine, for you, dear, I have blossoming. Can you see it? And it makes me think of fine tuning, like if you played a guitar, if you played a violin, if you played an instrument, and how, okay, like a piano, you have to tune it. Same with a guitar or a violin, you still have to tune what you're doing. And so to me, it's like listen with the practice ear, because there are messages coming towards you, and these messages may be loved ones who have passed over and they're trying to get through to you. And it's trusting your instinct and knowing that when you set your sight on something, you're going to get it. It's just going to take a little time. Okay, I'm done.
So there's a story called The Enchanted Pig, and this actually represents this story. And what this is about is it's sort of like a Russian prince and the frog, right? It's about perseverance. This card is about the Three of Wands. It's about moving forward, having the courage of your convictions, knowing that no matter how hard it may seem to reach that pinnacle of success, your dream, your Prince Charming, keep moving upward, keep moving forward. Don't look down can be the only message that I could really impart to you. I'm afraid of heights. Don't look down when you're mountain climbing. Just keep going.
It could also be don't look behind you. Like a good racer, you never look back, because if you look back, you're going to fumble.
Look back, look down, all the same.
Yeah. Hello, Amanda. Amanda, for you, I have growth. And that is a lady, and it makes me think of putting down roots. It makes me think of new adventures. It makes me think of just taking that step beyond the foundation that we're used to. And to me, this means there's new adventures ahead for you, and just be open to them, because the more you're open to the new adventure, the farther you're going to go in life. And you are going to be pretty old, so I'm going to say start planning for old age.
Okay, first. I don't know who this is. It's a man, kind of gray hair, but bald on the bald. You know that
the Pope's baldness.
Yes. He says, Amanda, the answer to your question is yes. Start new projects. Be bold. Be brave. That's what the Ace of Swords is all about for me. It's about being brave. It's about starting new projects, going out there, and the answer is yes. To what I don't know, but yes.
Well, good evening, Orville. And
hey, Orville.
Glad you could join us today. I pulled for you gratitude. And when I think of this, I don't just think of being grateful for the people in your life, grateful for your employment. I feel that this gratitude is about not the people who have been here, but all the people who have been here. Like if we go back centuries. But then I think of all the people around you. But I also think the gratitude is that you should be grateful to yourself that you have climbed your own mountain and come out of it on the top. And instead of sliding down that hill on the other side, you're slowly walking it. You're leaving your own trail for other people to find. And I think that's what they mean by this gratitude, that you should be grateful for the strength inside of you that have gotten you to where you are today and where it's going to get you in your future. So remember once in a while to stop, pat yourself on the back and say, good job.
Hey, darling. I hope all is well with you. The Nine of Cups. I don't know the legend behind this particular goddess or god, but this talks about perseverance. This talks about self-discipline, all of which you are really, really good at self-discipline, Marvel. So all of that aside, there's this little voice beside me that says, have a little fun, just a little. And when it comes to that romantic side of yours, just let it fly for a little while. You may fall, but it'll be a hell of a story later on.
Thanks. So, hello, Kathy. And first of all, Shar, I hope you didn't drop the baby. She said, oops, have a baby in my arms. And it's like, I hope you didn't drop it.
No dropping. That would be like, how would you explain it? I'm sorry, doctor, I dropped the baby listening to...
Yeah, two people on the internet. Hello, Kayleen. How are you? No, sorry, it's Kathy. Hi, Kathy. I've been so excited to show you this card that I almost messed it up. Kathy, this is for you. Look at this fruitation. Look at all the ideas, the growth, the health, the happiness, the wealth of information around you. I mean, technically, as we go through life, it's like gathering all this information for our future. And some of it we let go because it doesn't quite fit us, and others we hold on to dearly, and maybe we should be letting it go. But the thing is, they're saying, trust your instincts, Kathy, because there is so much growth for you in the next year and a half that you might feel yourself got ran over by a Mack truck, but you really haven't. Okay, it's just an expression. Don't go down that road. But this is saying be open, because what you've learned in your past, some of it's coming back to kiss you in your future, and I don't think that's a bad thing.
Hi, Kathy. Hope all's well. The Queen of Wands, move forward, bold, strong, confident. The future is literally setting a path at your feet. Another person who shouldn't look back, look a little down on the path to make sure that you avoid a couple of the rocks and you don't fall on your face or anything. But even then, just keep continuing with that strong confidence. There's a Aretha Franklin song. No, maybe it's not Aretha Franklin. It's one of the singers I'm thinking about. What, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar or something.
I don't know who sings it.
But anyways, this is you. You are strong. You're confident. You're more than capable of moving forward in this world. Let go of the past.
Okay, Kayleen, I have for you pleasure. Look at that. It's like you've got the nucleus all around you and your heart is just singing out to it, resounding to it. And it makes me think, well, June 21st is coming up, summer solstice.
Yes, it is.
And it's, embrace it. Know that as you move forward, because, come on, May's been pretty crappy weather to date for us. Just embrace the idea that there is so much outside in the world that we have yet to see. And that if we're not willing to make pleasure out of things that seem mundane, then we're missing something. Okay? So it seems to be embrace the moment, embrace the energy that comes towards you, and know that you can dance naked around the campfire on June 21st and celebrate the new season coming towards you. Oh, and some sort of romance. Last minute thing.
This is about, you've gone through the worst of the worst, darling. and you may be a little bit fatigued and you may be a little bit tired. Whoops, tired. Put it down. The Nine of Wands talks about gathering your strength, gathering your rest, gathering the tools that you need to move forward, and to remember that you've got this. And when you're feeling better, do me a favor, do what D'Arcy's right, possible romance. Stand in the mirror and just go, I am amazing. Who wouldn't like me?
Yeah. Actually, I write a little saying on the mirror that says, there's a different one right now, but it says, I am looking at the person responsible for making me happy. And it's normally on the mirror. Now it is, I am looking at a beautiful, successful woman, and there is no limit to her possibilities. I'm really big into mantras. I love them. They get me going some days, and other days it's like I want to stand there and stick my tongue out at that mantra.
Can't say I'm as much into the mantras. It's more like I wake up in the morning and my first thought is, which coffee kill no one?
Yeah, I don't have that problem.
I literally have signs and posters to say coffee because it is wrong. Until then, those are my affirmations in a day.
Nope. I'm out of bed and I can talk to anyone, and I'm a morning day person until I have to go to bed. So, Holly, you are next. And you want to know if we hear a mother-in-law message. Okay, I'm saying it right. Mother-in-law message from Elsie. My message to you would be beauty. Look for the beauty in everything, in yourself, in your surroundings, in situations inside of your life. That would be my message. But I also feel that she wants the sense of peace around her is extremely loud, is what I want to say. So that's the other one, is peace. And I think beauty can bring peace depending on how you view beauty. Everyone looks at beauty different. It's like they say, it's in the eye of the beholder. But I think that's the other portion of this, is it's in the eye of you. The messages you're looking for are staring you in the face.
Rebecca, thank you. Yes, not everybody in a day likes people. Me, first thing in the morning, I don't care. D'Arcy could phone me and say, Pen, if you plug in the coffee pot, you'll be electrocuted, and I'll say, call me back after coffee. But
yeah, and I've seen her in the morning with no coffee too. So
or tea, or tea. It has
she's
to be
not a nice person.
It's true. I openly admit this. I warn people, the men I've dated, let me get this straight. I'm a bitch in the morning. I was not made to deal with humanity first thing in the morning. Now, sweetheart, two things. First, the Seven of Coins. She's right. I'm not nice in the morning. The Seven of Coins talks about perseverance. Be brave. Persevere to get past that hesitation you have about yourself. That one thing that makes you go, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not worth it, or I'm not whatever it is. Just do what D'Arcy says if you have to. There are times when I go into the bathroom and talk to myself and remind myself that I am a strong, confident woman who isn't going to kill anyone in the day. So I have a message, and I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but you know belly dancers, and they wear this thing around their waist like a sash that has the coins on it, and the tingling of
the coins.
The coins, yeah. Look, it's been a long day. Whoever this person is, they're saying, you know, for me, when I hear belly dancer coins or the jingling of bells, this is a happiness. And be happy. It's the message I'm getting. Be happy. Grasp for the joyfulness.
It makes me think of that song, Be Happy.
Oh, no. No.
So that made me think of.
That is a horrible song. Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Hello, Laura's next, then Telia, and Shar. Hopefully you heard your message, and Nikki, haha, thank you. Kathy, hopefully you got your message as well. And then Nikita is after Telia. Oh, wow, I'm going to have fun tonight with names. So let's do those three first, and then we'll go down a little bit. So Laura, for you. You know, the joys of being a cat, you should see my cat. She's just stretched out on her back, little paws up like this. She sleeps like her mom. Anyways, Laura, for you, faith. And it's like maybe going through something and you just have to have faith, Laura, that you're going to get through it, that no matter what happens, that at the end of the day, there is the right answer for you. And it also makes me think of tranquility, of just taking those moments of sitting back and allowing the energy to flow through you to help with healing as well. And then the last thing is about self-reflection of maybe if it's time to do a mammogram, or you're doing a yearly checkup. For us could be a little difficult right now, but it could be time for a yearly checkup as well.
The 8 of coins talks about craftsmanship. I think there's some craft that you do, and it's taking pleasure in taking time to do that. Like I crochet. I think D'Arcy knits and crochets as well. But it sometimes seems like in my busy periods, there's just no time to knit, no time to crochet. And yet I have time to sit. So it's, May is cold. May was cold. June sure in hell isn't much better. I turned my heat on today. It's 7 here without the wind chill. So take some time to focus on something you love, writing, poetry.
Really?
Just, yeah. And be warm.
Yeah. I have on wool socks. My feet got cold.
My hoodie, see?
Yeah.
It's Yamanouska Wolf Foundation hoodie.
Nice. So, Telia, or Miss Saddleback, I have for you attraction. And this made me think of the law of attraction, where you visualize what you would like to see in your life, and then you put into emotions or into motion your intent to see it happen. And it just feels like this is a time for you to get going on it. If you're going to do it now. Start moving the energy around you so that you can bring towards you what you really truly want inside your life, because I feel like you're open, you're ready, and now's it. Now just remember, you should never control anyone else's self-will. So if you're trying to bring someone back, I'm going to say they've got to come back on their own. There's nothing you can do to influence them except say, if this is meant to be, it's going to be. Otherwise, just allow them to roll their own life, because this is about you rolling your life.
So, sweetheart, if you are actually thinking of wanting to go back to this person, the 8 of Cups says walk away. Walk away and take some time to think and reflect. But if it wasn't good the first time around, once you get past the honeymoon stage, they call it, it's not going to be any better the second time around. And then you're going to be burdened with regret. So walk away, take some time to think, and then remember, sometimes moving forward is the only direction left.
Yeah. So next is Nikita, and I'm hoping I'm saying that right.
Hello, I think Nikita is right.
Hello, Nikita. I have for you beginnings. Look at that, the archway. And there's so many different things going on here, because I see the nightness as though I'm going through darkness, coming to the light. And it just feels like it says new beginnings, be open to new challenges, new changes. And it's also an awakening of the soul. So it's allowing you, it's allowing you to find you, is what it feels like. This new beginning is all about finding who you are and what it is you desire inside your life. So I'm going to say trust your instincts and slowly go forward, because as that card said, new beginnings.
Have the strength and the courage of your convictions. So those new beginnings, believe in them. Have the strength and the courage to take the next step towards them. And it's really that simple a message for you.
Okay.
Let's not forget Sandra Murray at some point.
We will. Why don't we pull for Sandra Murray now so we don't forget her? Girls over here. Sorry, little cat fight going on. Sandra Murray, this is yours. Nourishment. And this literally, just the way it looks, nourish yourself, nourish your soul, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual. This is all about nourishment. So the more you do, the more you take time for yourself, the more you take time for listening to the little things around you, seems to be really important.
And the Knight of Cups, which talks about moving forward, gratitude, and trusting your instincts, and paying attention to your guides. Really pay attention to your spirit guides. Hey, no.
Okay. So next is Jeannie, and Jeannie has also asked if we pull for Brandon. So I'm going to do Jeannie first. Mm-hmm. Jeannie, you have the abundance card. And I love this because look at all the little critters she has around her. And to me, this is comfort. This is warmth. This is also for September. And it's from now to September. So manifest your abundance. See what direction you want your abundance to go. So if you're looking at buying a house, a car, anything, make sure you have the money accumulated. So when you go to do it, it's like a one-shot deal. You don't have to be going back and borrowing even more money, except on a house, of course. And the thing is that it just feels like the abundance is coming from your soul, like you're creating it. It's not really a case of other people giving it to you, that you're actually creating it. Hello, kitty cat.
This is Oriole. He's come to say hi.
Jeannie.
Yes. Here. Is it approved? Thank you. We've sorry. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. This is about letting go of your anxiety and your fear. And one of the ways of doing that is just what D'Arcy said, plan. So if you're going to borrow money for a car, for a house, sit down, make a plan of how you're going to pay it back, where you're going to go to get the best interest, those sort of things to lessen the anxiety and the fear. You're in control of this, sunshine. So make the plan, stick by the plan. And also for anxiety and fear and the restlessness that brings for sleep, lavender in the pillowcase, just a few lavender seeds or a lavender sachet or a bunch of lavender freshly picked from a garden, like I have lavender in my garden, and you put it beside your bed. Lavender helps take away bad dreams and makes you relax and ease anxiety.
All right. And for Brandon, and it's okay, I read down a little bit for Jeannie. It's okay. I figured you meant you and Brandon. Brandon, boundaries. And this is about you setting boundaries. And this could be towards your friends. It could be towards your family. But it's know your boundaries. Know how far you're willing to go and when you want to stop. And trust your instincts. If your boundaries say not today, then you say not today. And there's something else. There may be even the boundaries of your house, as though maybe you need to put up some fencing or something. Maybe something's creeping through your yard. And so it could be that you're putting up boundaries there as well.
So when you're struggling with the boundaries and the anxiousness that seems to bring you, this card recommends, this card, one of the things it talks about is being in touch with your feelings, that if your feelings are getting overwhelming, go see a counselor and don't be afraid to talk to someone. Very, very often a counselor helps.
All right. So we have Rebecca. Thank you. Penelope watched me put it on today.
Ricardo, getting upset. We're coming to you. We've explained this several times.
Yeah. We will be down the way. we start at the top of the list and we work our way down, and some people have to wait a bit. Unfortunately, I'm not jumping back and forth because otherwise I'll get sick. Okay, so Rebecca and Mary are next, and Shay Shay said thank you, Shar said thank you, Christy thank you. Oh, and we have Entity of Light, which is after Mary. So
Entity
we'll
of
start.
Light?
Oh yeah, I love her name. Next is Rebecca. Hello, Rebecca. Oh, okay, you got protection card. I'm going to say again, I'll get my tongue to work here. What I'm thinking of is this is self-protection. This is knowing, again, where I said to Brandon, know your boundaries. This also seems to apply to you. But what I really like about this is no matter how hard the load is, or no matter what direction you're going in, there is always going to be spiritual connection and spiritual protection around you. And so for me, whenever I drive, fly, take a bus, I always close my eyes before I get going, and I visualize white light surrounding me, the vehicle, the tires, and the people in it, so that we are protected no matter where we travel.
Always a good idea. 7 of Wands, success, clarity, conviction of knowing where you're going. Try not to hit anyone with your sledgehammer, and try to remember to breathe when things aren't necessarily going your way. But this is talking about success in all your endeavors in the next little while, okay?
Hello, Mary. Mary, first of all, I'd like to say that I really feel like you have an old soul, like ancient old soul. And that could be that you've been on the earth many a times before, and now you're back with your wisdom, and you're supposed to, one of the most important thing in your life this time is balance. Learning how to balance, how they say work and play. Not that I know how to do that very often, but they are saying balance. Okay, to make sure your life is balanced, that you are nutritionally looking after yourself, spiritually, mentally looking after yourself. And also just the idea that sometimes you may have those aha moments or the deja vu moments, and it's like, what is that? But know that it's bringing you a message, and that message is helping to balance you as well.
And if you can stay balanced, sweetheart, the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands talks about achievement, and reward. And that confidence that you can do that.
Okay, so Entity of Light, we'll get to you in a moment. And Laura will answer your question about will you sell your house this week. Amanda says, my fur children enjoy listening to your all laugh out loud. Shelby is listening very hard. Marie said, thank you, ladies. Nikita, hopefully you got your message. Melissa, yes, we did, but we did read for you. And Kaylee, Melissa, yes, and we did correct everything. Okay, so next is Entity of Light. Now, welcome back. And we have power for you. Okay, and I've got goosebumps head to toe. And this makes me think that you could be a very powerful person, but with power comes great responsibility. Wasn't that Jean-Luc Picard who said that? But anyways, it's true.
And in Spider-Man.
Oh, right, Spider-Man too. But I feel that you have the power, the ability to do anything you want, but you hesitate. You stand there with uncertainty written all around you, and I'm thinking, just slowly take a little chisel and start cracking away the uncertainty, because you do have the power to make what you'd like inside your life feasible.
Hi, I chose for you the star. And there's 2 things that came to my mind besides the wish for success that you have. And like all wishes, you have to work on it, like D'Arcy said, strip away a little bit. But she's holding a lamb. And that makes me think that one of your gifts is intuitive healing. So don't be so nervous to practice some of it. Go out and see if you can help people along the way. and be brave. It's a bold new world for you.
Laura asked, will she sell her house this week? Well, it all depends on whether you have an offer on it, Laura. But I did pull the change card. So I'm leaning a little more towards the end of the month than I am the week, because really there's only 2 days left to this week, technically, or maybe till Sunday when Sunday starts the new week. But I sort of feel like you've got a little play, and unless there is a for sale sign and I'm not seeing it swing, or you've got an offer on your property, I'm looking towards the end of the month.
You know, I pulled the Page of Swords, which is about truth and honesty and all that stuff, but it's also about new beginnings. So it might take a little while, but moving forward, it's just going to take maybe I'd say end of June, middle of July, if it's going to sell.
Okay, I am just going. My cursor jumped all the way to the bottom, and so Melissa, you got yours. Margaret is next, and just making sure I didn't miss anyone here. Jeannie, we got Jeannie and Brandon, and Entity of Light. Laura, we just answered. Marie says thank you. Nikita, we did do. Melissa, we did get you. And Kaylee, thank you, Kaylee, for that. And now we are at Margaret. Colleen, you're welcome. Just 1 second. Margaret is next. Colleen, you're welcome. Melissa, you're welcome. Catherine, you're welcome. Rebecca says, and I appreciate this, I truly believe that your readings are not based on exactly when you join, but by when we are called to be read to. Many times they go in order, but I've seen them stop to address someone because they've been called to speak to that person so strongly, or change cards because they've been told that it isn't the card they're supposed to be relying on, or relying to be specifically for the person. So thank you, Rebecca. Amanda says thank you, and then Oroville says hi, thank you, wonderful ladies. Char, baby is fine. Yay, she didn't drop her or him. And Helen, Kathy. Okay, so let's go back up to Margaret is next. So Margaret, hi. Margaret, let's see what we have for you. The Path. The Path to me is like a wishing well, or a wishing mirror, or it's just, most paths we know what direction we want to go in, but in your particular case, Margaret, I don't think it matters the direction. I think if you focus on something and you go in that direction, but feel that you got a detour over here for a few minutes, you're going to get back to where you need to be. So basically, your path is never going to be A to B. It's going to be A, D, C, E, B. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And if you know that ahead of time, you're fine. It's never going to be straight.
For you, the Fool, have absolute faith that the direction that you're going in at the time is the direction you are supposed to be going in. And just have that simple faith, that childlike faith of a fool, like a child, and know that I firmly believe the Creator doesn't make mistakes. Even if we think that we are walking in the wrong direction, we're walking in that direction for a reason when we're put in that path.
Okay. So next, I don't know what you mean by Helen Reddy. Thank you.
She's saying I am woman.
Oh, that's what it is. Rebecca said the same thing about the coffee, which I think you addressed, and why maybe Ricardo thought we were down farther. Elaine, you are next, and Ricardo, you're next too, after Elaine, and then Rachel. And then we'll go a little farther. So Elaine, ooh, action. Look at this. It makes me think, put on, you know the movie The Star, but the old one? Makes me think that you should watch it. The one that had
Barbara Streisand and Chris Christopherson.
Yeah. Okay. And it just makes me feel like let your hair down, dance around the room, express yourself, be emotional, be creative, be that energy that everyone sees you, but sometimes you don't see yourself. And they're just saying to go for it. Okay. It's an expression of self, is what I'm hearing here for you, Elaine. Go for it. Just be yourself. And you know what? If people don't like it, there's a door. Okay, I haven't known to open the door and run out it myself, but there's a door.
Supernatural experiences, sunshine, and strange occurrences. And you and I know what that's about. So you're probably going to experience a lot more as you get closer to the wedding. Mom and other spirits of those who have passed on, who just want to drop by and tell you how excited they are and how much they love you.
Is she getting married? Is that it?
No, her daughter is.
Well, then that also explains why she should dance. Let her hair down, have some fun.
Yeah.
You put a lot of energy into this. Okay.
Yes, she has.
So, Ricardo, you do realize that there are times that it's okay to miss people as we go, and as Rebecca said, we jump back and forth. So, let's see what we have for you, Ricardo. The void. Okay, honest. That's what I picked.
I love it.
So, Ricardo, and it's funny because it looks like he's got a picture of an open something. At first, I thought it was a casket, but I'm not 100% sure what it is. But sometimes the void is just that. We have to stand there and just, I think it says it all. The void is just standing there and being peaceful, being patient. Don't rush through it. Take your time. There are messages coming to you left, right, and center. And if you don't pay attention to it, one of the messages may knock you a little bit on your ass. But the good part is I'm pretty sure you can pick yourself up. And the other part about that is that you've got a brother or someone you treat like a brother who's trying to get in touch with you. And not 100% sure which way I'm supposed to go with that, but it feels like either a brother or a cousin, someone who's trying to get in touch.
Well, Ricardo, Ace of Cups talks about emotions, talks about getting them under control. Slow down. I would have chosen myself personally, not just the emotion card, but the soul card that talks about have faith to get to where you're going when you're supposed to. But keep your emotions in track. Kind of like the black cat. This is a 16, 17-pound black cat that pretty much, even when he can't get to where he wants to go, he takes his time because he knows eventually he'll have his turn. The feral tabby will get out of his bed. One of the cats will leave the dish. Slow down or you're going to miss it.
Yeah. Okay. Amanda, good evening. And you have many blessings as well. Jeannie, again, no, the order isn't off. We go down the list that I can see, and it's how you fall in. All right. And sorry, I can't hear you, Ashley. Oh, how did Laura get up there?
Lisa?
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. Don't know what happened there. But Lisa, you are up there. Let's see what happens if I hit hide. There we go. I rolled over it. It just opened. So Lisa, you are next. And Ricardo did ask, why is he surrounded by those who take me for granted? Because you allow it. Okay. You allow them to take you for granted. So, maybe you should set some boundaries too. Okay, Lisa and Miss Saddleback, you are welcome. Nikita, you are welcome. And we've been through you, Ricardo. And so let's go to Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I hope you're having a great day. And Lisa, we have for you don't know which one I want. 3 of them came out, so I'm just looking. Let's go with the unexpected. This one seems to pull my attention a little bit more, Lisa. And it's the unexpected. Unexpected joy, unexpected visitors, maybe announcement of a pregnancy around you. It could be unexpected messages from loved ones knocking on your own door, trying to let you know they're around you. So be open to the unexpected. It seems to be important.
And temperance. Temperance talks about taking a moment to be patient, but patient with yourself. It isn't that you need to learn to be patient, Lisa, with everyone around you. You need to learn to be patient with yourself. And forgive yourself once in a while if you don't want to be patient with everyone.
Yep. So Jeannie said, bang on as always. She will look into lavender. Brandon has set lots of family boundaries recently, and we are installing a dog run on Friday to keep the dogs in and the bears out that have been roaming the last few days. Thank goodness. Nothing would be worse than to wake up and not find your dog.
I couldn't imagine.
And thank you, Ashley, for that. Rebecca, she bought some lavenders last week, and it's amazing. She says, spot on. You're all amazing and inspirational. You can tell you're grounded and inspired beyond this plane. Oh, Rebecca, you just gave me goosebumps. Oh, is Ricardo? Rebecca. Ricardo said it is a Star Trek reference. And
it is?
There is a is it Julia? But it's with a G. It looks Italian.
I don't have Julia. I have Brandy and Kim.
No, I haven't gotten down there yet. So
Julia, like I'm where you are when you're reading, but those are the names that I have.
Okay, I haven't gotten there yet. I have Ricardo referring to a Star Trek reference, and then I'll spell her name. Giulia. Giulia.
Julia? No, that almost sounds like a man's name.
No, it's a girl.
I think it's Julia.
Okay. If we butchered your name, we're really sorry, and welcome for the first time. Discernment for you. This is really, there's a lot of spirits circling around you and giving you information, and the heart chakra is very much a little protected, but still open enough to find love. And the other part is that your universe is about to change a little bit. So be open, because the more you're open, the amazing things that can happen for you. Trust. Trust is a really difficult thing for a lot of people.
So it's funny that D'Arcy should talk about romance, the 10 of Cups, romance. I'm not sure if I almost want to say this is a renewal of vows if you're married, or a renewal of commitment of some kind. Let your heart open a little bit. I know you've been hurt, but have faith. And do me a favor, speaking of hearts, could you go and get your heart checked? Just have your doctor check your blood pressure and check your heart rhythm, please.
Okay. So Elaine says, awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks so much. You guys are amazing. Ricardo says the picture is of his dog, but I'm not quite seeing a dog. I must be missing something. Margaret, thank you very much, D'Arcy and Penelope. I am aware how I temporarily veer from my path. Next is Brandy, Kim, and Ricardo. He says, wow, thank you, ladies. And he says, I appreciate you two ladies. Thanks again. And Lisa said, thank you. I will be mindful of my patience and the knocking on my door. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to say, if it's the middle of the night, and Lisa, if it's not, please don't open it. Okay. Elaine, or who's next? Brandy is next, right? Brandy, for you, purity. Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful card? I always love the first snowfall, because there's no footprints or anything, and then everyone goes out and walks in it. But this is purity. This is you. This is who you are. And it makes me feel like you're very connected to Mother Earth, and that maybe there are times you need to go for a walk in that snowstorm or out into the woods. Keep your cell phone charged and take it with you, so that you can find that peace of mind, that the clarity of what you're looking for inside your life.
And I was going to say, put aside your cell phone and disconnect from the world as if it wasn't 2021. Look for the joy and the beauty and the wonder of the world around you. Take a little bit of time to do that. Rejuvenate and let the sun and warmth heal you. Although I guess because it is 2021, it probably wouldn't hurt to bring the cell phone, but I don't always bring my cell phone.
But I think if you're out in the woods that you don't know, how are they to find you if you fall down a crevice? Okay.
Where's that?
All right.
I have the dog.
Yeah. Kim, for you, we have hunger. But this isn't the kind of hunger I'm thinking of. I'm thinking you need that beast inside of you to break through and howl at the moon with great joy. And again, back to that, hear me roar, because you need that hunger and passion so that what you want in your life is totally feasible. And I'm going to say, don't be afraid to run naked through the woods either. Notice I said woods. Okay. But I just feel all this energy, and it's just sitting there and it's dormant. And the more you get out there, the more you do stuff, the more you vocalize who you are. There we go. It's your voice. Find your voice. That's what I'm after.
The Chariot. You have a journey before you, whether it is wandering down the street, screaming and talking at the top of your voice, whether it is storytelling. I think you're a good storyteller, darling. The storytellers are like torch holders, and they tell the stories of the things to come and the places that have happened.
Yes. Well, this is Kim is our last person. Unless anyone sees someone we missed, and you've got a few seconds to put it right under Ricardo's last message that said, "Woods, not Walmart." And I'm thinking he means run naked through the woods, not Walmart, because you could get arrested.
Well done. Well done.
Okay, so I have picked a card for the rest of the week, and it is realization. And I think basically that sums up this whole evening, is that if we realize what we want inside of our life and we're willing to go forward and not trample over people to get there, then we make that happen. And I think that's really important for all of us to realize that we are the person steering our own path. And yes, there's interference from all different directions around us, but if we're willing to hold the course, we'll get where we want to be because we believe in ourselves.
So I picked the Queen of Coins. And for me, the Queen of Coins is about being grounding ourselves. That doesn't mean we can't be footloose and fancy free as we wander through the world, but ground yourself. For me, when I'm not grounded, I take my shoes off, and as D'Arcy, I'm sure, mentioned many, many months ago, I walk barefoot, and that includes if it's winter and I need to be grounded. I have literally taken my shoes off because I don't wear socks, and I have walked a couple of feet in the snow just to be grounded and feel connected again to Mother Earth.
I do the same thing.
Probably not the snow as much.
And I leave my clothes on because no one wants to see it. So on that note, everyone, may love, joy, peace, and happiness and prosperity find you all in mysterious ways. Blessed be, and have a fantastic night.
Thank you so much for joining us, and always with my parting, Ma Salama, go in light.
Okay, good night, everyone. Oh, and I should be on tomorrow night. Just keep an eye open.